they're announcing that Tank Davis is gonna fight Ryan Garcia. They're both gonna have one fight each, and then they're gonna fight presumably in April or May. Do you think May 6th would be the best date? That Cinco de Mayo date, you take it away from Canelo, because Canelo's saying he's gonna take a tune-up in May. Do you think Canelo's tune-up in May can supersede any fight between Ryan and Tank?
Look, sometimes a fighter like Canelo, coming off a loss and all that, then yeah, he rightfully deserves a tune-up fight. And a lot of promoters, a lot of big name fighters respect a fighter like Canelo, like they once did against De La Hoya and once did with Mayweather or Chavez at one time, with those dates that are very important in boxing. So sometimes they should respect those dates and let the fighter, the Mexican fighter at that moment, like right now Canelo, give them those dates. But in this case, I think Ryan and versus Tank will be bigger than anybody that Canelo can fight, especially if it's a tune-up fight. I think Ryan versus Tank will definitely be bigger, and people would want to see that more than Canelo fighting a tune-up fight.
It's a super fight, right?
It is. It's definitely a super fight, a huge fight.
All right, Robert. So as I mentioned, Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia, it's a super fight, right? Now, what I was gonna ask you, do you feel like Mexicans are gonna get behind Ryan? Now, when I mean Mexicans, I mean like the old heads,
No,
like
I really
like the
don't
old
think
school
so,
guys.
Man. When a Chavez or a Barrera, Morales, people from Mexico travel to the United States to see the fights, and I don't see that happening with Ryan. Definitely not. I think it's going to be more all the Mexican Americans here in California and the United States. A lot of younger generation girls, a lot of boys, but I don't think the hardcore Mexicans are going to do it. But Ryan's got so much followers that he doesn't need all the Mexicans to show up. I think he's just such a big name. He's so huge that he doesn't need them to travel from Mexico to support him. He's gonna have all the support. He's gonna have. I think it's gonna be maybe 60 or 70% people going for Ryan.
Now, like that, like for instance, okay, when I mean the old school guys, like your dad, myself, they interviewed Chavez Sr., right? They asked Chavez Sr., what do you think about Tank and Ryan? And right away, Chavez Sr. said, oh, Tank beats him. What do you think this will do for Ryan if he beats Tank? Do you think this will win the guys like Chavez Sr. and your dad over?
I think it'll not that it'll win him over, but he'll make a statement and he'll give him more. They'll give him more respect. They see him as a celebrity, Instagram very famous, and they don't really see him as a fighter. But I think he's got all the tools and he's got the speed, he's got the power to win this fight. And if he does, I think he would just get a lot more respect from everybody that doesn't believe in him. But it's gonna be hard to get the real hardcore Mexicans to really accept him as one of theirs, because that's just not the way Ryan has been raised or brought out here in California. It's just been different with him.
Now, like I talked to a lot of Mexicans, right, and a lot of them, they tell me, hey man, I like Tank me cae bien. And Tank, it feels like in our culture, right, Mexicans, we respect power, we respect knockouts, we respect huevos, we respect balls, and it seems like that's what Tank represents. If Ryan can beat him, does that put him over the edge where it's like, okay, now this is the guy we're supposed to get behind? Because Canelo's kind of at the end, and it's like, who is the next star in the Mexican culture? Is it Virgil Ortiz, Ryan, Bam?
I do think that Mexicans, like Tank a lot. I like Tank. I really like Tank. He is a very great fighter, very powerful, and he does get a lot of attention from Mexicans. But in this fight, I'm going with Ryan. He's Mexican American and he's raised in California, and I know him, and I think he's got a great shot at beating him. And I think this fight will, he'll make a statement. I think if he wins and wins spectacular, he's gonna make a statement, and then he's gonna get a lot of people to believe in him. Maybe not get the love or support that I would think he should get, but he will be respected.
Because they look him at honestly, a lot of people, they look at Ryan as a YouTuber, right?
That's what it is.
But when I talk to boxers, they tell me, nah, man, Ryan's the real deal. They go, I spar with him and he's a bad motherfucker.
It's hard. He's very fast. He's very strong, very quick. So he's got the tools, man. He's got the tools.